Good night, good morning to everyone around the world. As promised, I have an update on solar activity for you. We'll start with the nowcast and take a look at solar wind velocity and density, as well as the return of the positive energy indicated by the blue and red rings circling around the white dot, which is the sun. We also notice the solid white lines, which are indications of the return of the current sheaths. Now we have an alpha and a beta current sheath, and the difference between the two is with the alpha current sheath follows the high speed wind, as you can see here on the bottom, that just passed Earth over the weekend. And with the other, the beta, it's more or less 5 or 4 waves of dense winds, but low speed winds. Now, what this means for our two comets, Swan and Y4 Atlas, that are making their tracks through the interplanetary system and passing the sun over the next few weeks, they should have a smooth transition and will be slingshotted to their destinations with no problem. Now, had the sun still been negatively charged, the negative ions in the comets would have been battling against the negative IMF field of the sun, which could have been a contributing factor as to why Atlas broke up in the first place. But there's speculation behind that, and we won't get into it, and we'll save that for another conversation. Moving on, we take a look here at the magnetosphere, and the KP looks normal, no problems there. Nice flowing stream on the back end of Earth. No major discharge and no bends in the bow. Solar flare monitor picking up a bunch of filaments that are Earth facing. Makes them kind of difficult to see. But if you look on the edges of the disk, you can see the filaments, as well as the incoming sunspot on the top left of the sun. And we'll probably be seeing that here within the next week or so. We'll have eyes on that as well. Corona holes at the poles. And we take a look at the total electron count, which is also used by the DigiSound facilities for weather modification purposes. Charged ions can be used to divert, create, or stop weather cells. And you can switch their directions and paths by frequency and exciting the electrons in the ionosphere. As we take a look at discovering the bulk wind speed over the past 48 hours, we can see this solid line anomaly, which is another indication of the current sheath which passed and was more than likely a contributor to the seismic activity that we've seen over the weekend. Anxiously waiting for images of Swan and Atlas to pass on Soho and Lascaux. Should be appearing in the observatory's camera within the next week or so. Something else I want to take you guys over to real quick is the resonator. We have a lot of observers out here watching these, as many people are more vulnerable to frequencies than others. They play a big part of our lives than we really know. Just a heads up. Something to watch over the next week or so. Everybody have a blessed night. Calm Traveler signing out.